shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. What's going on? What's poppin', beautiful spirits? Ain't no half stepping. What's up, beautiful spirits? Pugilist Fanatics. Samara Magnus. Boxing Logics United. What the fuck do we want to talk about now, baby? Yay! Ha ha! Ain't no half stepping. I'm the big Mara Magnus. What do we want to talk about today, baby? What do we want to talk about today? I'm wearing shades because I got a nasty star on my eye. So I'm covering it up. What's up, champ boxer? What do we want to talk about today? There's a lot of shit to talk about in the sport of boxing. A lot of bullshit going. A lot of bullshit going. Yeah, yeah. A lot of bullshit going. So what's cracking? Let's talk about Dillian now then. And what's your opinions on Dillian right now? Everybody share their opinions on Dillian. What do you make of this? What should we make of this? What should we make of this issue with Dillian Whyte, man? And we're only going to do this live going to be short, bro. 30 minutes, about 30 minutes, 40 minutes tops. But I missed y'all, so I had to talk. Dillian Whyte. So did a second test sample come back? What was caught in the first? Darren Johnson, what's up, champ? So, A, what did you cat? What was in sample A? And what was in sample B? So they just suspend him without giving information. AJ. AJ got that in the bag. So my thing is, so they've what I read was provisionally suspended Dillian Whyte from his WBC mandatory. And provisionally is the word we need to look up. If he's violated certain provisions. So they're provisionally, so that means if we find they suspended him for, the WBC is suspended, using that word provisionally. You got to study the words, which is what I do. So I was a corporate lawyer. So using the word provisionally. So we are provisionally suspended Dillian Whyte was the article I read. So that is, if we find at a later date that certain provisions was violated, then the suspension will continue. Does that make sense? Am I making certain sense? I didn't just say I didn't just tell y'all what I thought I told y'all. Damn, I can't be giving that much information out. But, yes, it said provisionally suspended Dillian Whyte. Provisionally. You gotta understand the words, baby. Gotta study the words. So that means it's still under some investigation, or they have reason to believe you can B sample behind closed doors where we don't know what's going on. Maybe something going on. It could be smoke and mirrors. So it could be some shit just to keep us talking in the social media world. And then a couple of months come back where they say, okay, everything was actually clear. Then the fight could get pushed back some more. Or they'll find time to do it the last minute maybe, and then who knows? They get a short training camp to train for each other. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? It's all game. But what do you think? SSB 28, what's up? No sample B back, exactly. So it's provisionally. Again, let me reiterate. Provisionally. And they could be doing that to save face because they didn't find Dillian Whyte positive for anything. So that's why I don't even like talking about this bullshit. But, yeah. I actually think, I don't know why PBC or Deontay Wilder will push it back or want to push it back, because for the simple fact that Anthony Joshua has beat Dillian Whyte. And if Deontay Wilder should want to fight Dillian Whyte and beat Dillian Whyte within 7-8 rounds, whatever again, as he did Big Slug Nut, whoever his name was. So if he beats Dillian Whyte then in a shorter time, knocks him out, just say hypothetically, then boom, there's another argument for the side of Deontay Wilder to say, yes, I am the true and bona fide real heavyweight champion. Because now I've beat two opponents in significant shorter time than Anthony Joshua did. You understand what I'm saying? So I would think Deontay say, okay, fuck it. He ain't mandatory. And this could be like, look, no, you know what? The PBC and Deontay Wilder side can flip this and say, look, he ain't mandatory no more. But you know what? I want to fight him just because I want to prove I'm the best. So then a big mystique come about, like, damn, he was proven again. Dillian Whyte was proven taking PEDs and all of that, blase, blase. And Deontay Wilder fought him anyway. You know what I mean? So it helps the Deontay Wilder propaganda and brand. You feel me? So they can flip it that way too. Just because all they said was they didn't suspend him. The WBC did not suspend him from boxing, for far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they suspended him from being the mandatory, recognizing him as the mandatory for Deontay Wilder now. But that doesn't mean Deontay Wilder still can't take him as the next fight, right? He said, okay, mandatory or not, I'm going to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Mandatory or not, I'm going to fight him. And I'm going to knock him out. That's right. I don't care about, so Wayne take PEDs. He can't beat me even on PEDs. You feel me? So they can flip that shit like that. What do you think? Hit the like button, beautiful spirits. This means he's no longer recognized as the mandatory for the WB or intern, mandatory or intern for Deontay Wilder anymore. That doesn't mean Deontay Wilder doesn't have to fight him next, though. You feel me? That don't mean that. Like I said, and this could be a spin used for PBC camp and Wilder to say, okay, yeah, he tested positive, whatever. I'm still going to fight him anyway. Who cares? I'm still going to fight him. So what? Yeah, he got caught taking drugs. I'm still going to fight him. Shit, looking nasty. I get rid of that style. I go, you know what I mean? It's just like that. Just like that. But what I want to say, congratulations again, Jose Ramirez. And congratulations to Maurice Hooker for having the fight of the year. You brothers banged and show an excellent fight. Man, it was only 6 rounds, but it was 6 action-packed rounds. And I loved it. I loved it. That's what boxing needs to come back to, without a doubt. All day, every day. That's right, Jasper Ram. Deontay wants to be the baddest man on the planet. Fight Dillian Whyte no matter what. We don't know if he ain't coming up with something dirty. The best belt always to have was the WBA, because it's the oldest. Jasper Ram, the best belt was always the WBA to have. That acknowledges the super champ. They started the rules. They did it first, in my opinion. But by lineage and the seniority of all the belts, that is the WBA. So I always felt that WBA was the belt to have. And historical reference proved that. You know what I'm saying? What about Tank and Tevin Farmer? Who wins between Tank and Tevin Farmer? ASSB 28, that's what I'm just saying. So, do you have a chance against Loma? Yeah, he got a chance. He got to punch his chance. He got to punch his chance, for sure. I don't know, we're going to have to wait and see. Tank against Tevin Farmer, I can see that. I can see Tank winning that fight. I want to see that fight, though. I really want to see that fight. Is Tank versus Farmer pay-per-view? If they push it, if they push that shit hard enough, perhaps. If they push that shit hard enough, show the right highlights, the right storyline, maybe. Tank, I think Tank could do better than, real talk, Tank could do better than Earl Spence. Tank might be do just as good as Earl Spence and Mikey Garcia. It'll do just as good as Crawford and Khan. It'll do just as good as all of those, so why not? Test the waters. You got to put it out there to see. You got to put it out there to see. And like I said, I think Tank could do better than, just as good or better than Earl Spence versus Mikey Garcia, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, Crawford and Khan. So if I think he'd do better than those three, yeah. I think Tank and Tevin Farmer, if it's promoted right, can do 400,000 plus. Yes, I do. Tevin Farmer, one thing I know, Tevin Farmer is going to be there to fight. Tank is not going to run through Tevin Farmer. And Tank may get a boxing lesson. Tank may get a boxing lesson from Farmer. It could. That could definitely happen. But Tank does have better punching power by far than Farmer. So, again, I think that is a hell of a fucking fight to make. Real talk. That is the fight I want to see. That is the fight I want to see, really. Farmer and Tank. And I've been calling that shit for months and months now. So, hey. If Tony Bellew said if AJ loses to Ruiz, everyone freeze him out. I think that's stupid. Oh, Tank may not be confident he can beat Lomachenko. What I'm saying is, Tank. That's why I said Tank has a puncher's chance. If he can land a good ass shot on Lomachenko, that shit could turn. But he would get a boxing lesson from Lomachenko. At this point in his career. You know what I'm saying? Right now, if they fought this year, yeah. If they fought early next year, Loma maybe, most likely. 60-40 Loma. But if it goes on any later, that favors Tank. If it drags out for a year or 2 years, in my opinion, that favors Tank. So, do I think Floyd is managing Tank's career in a good way? Yeah, he's getting knockouts. He's getting publicity, and he's raising his name up. Ain't that what a promoter's supposed to do for his fighter? Is to get him noticed? You know what I'm saying? A promoter is to put his fighter in the best position to have the most successful career as possible. That is a promoter's job. That's it. We might not like how the promoter go about it, but a promoter's job is to guide a fighter's career so it can be as successful as possible. You know what I'm saying? And to make him the most money, make them both as most money as possible. So Floyd's going off of what he knows. You know what I mean? Of his experience. So we're gonna see. That's why time will tell if he did it the right way or not. Time will tell. What's up, M. Joss? How you doing, brother? Yeah, it favors Tank if they leave it too long. also back to the answer of AJ loses Ruiz. Everyone thinking, I don't think everybody's going to freeze Joshua out. I think that it'd be stupid to do that if he loses to Ruiz for the best time. That's most likely when Deontay Wilder will fight Joshua, because Joshua's confidence would have dropped. If Joshua loses 2 fights in a row, his confidence will be lower than it's ever been during his professional career, which is the perfect time for Deontay Wilder to fight him. That will favor Deontay Wilder in that fight then, because a fighter's confidence level dictates tremendously how much fight he's going to bring to the fight itself. Makes sense? So if Joshua suffers 2 losses in a row, the Ruiz brought his confidence down. He's got to build it up, train. If he loses again, boom. That's when Deontay Wilder will want to fight him. Okay? Because that'd be that'd be a world champion name on his resume. Regardless if it was after Ruiz or not. That is a championship. That is now the #1 name on his resume, period. Above Fury, above everybody. So I think that's bullshit. I don't think they're going to freeze him out at all. That doesn't make sense. They're going to look to bury him. While he's down, the other sharks and clubs going to look to then bury him. Okay, he's easy pickings right now. Let me get that name on my resume. Yeah, well, if he loses 2 times in a row, that's less money they're going to lose, though. If he loses 2 times in a row, that's less money they're going to lose. So, but they will look to fight him because of his name, of the name itself, and of what he's accomplished already. It will help build their name up and build their resume up. So that's why freezing him out would be stupid of a world champion while he's down. They want to kick him while he's down. They're going to kick a world champion while he's down, if they can. You know what I'm saying? Meaning the other fighters. Yeah. Why you say he's a crossover star though? Nicholas, why do you think Tank is a crossover star? What is a crossover star? First of all, what is a crossover star? Explain that to me. What makes a Tank a crossover star? I want to know that. Crossover stars are created by money. Crossover stars are created with money. Crossover stars are created by personalities that have the innate knack to get let's be real, white people excited as much as black people excited, or Spanish people excited, blase blase. That's what you mean by crossover. You mean they can, people of various groups will like that person and identify with him. So what I'm saying is, what makes Tank a crossover star? I know. Yeah, it's not money. I just told you what it is. What makes him a crossover star is what I'm asking you. Give me an answer, please. What makes him more of a crossover star than Tevin Farmer? Tank don't even talk for himself. He can't even talk well. Most crossover stars have great gift of gab. Most crossover stars, am I lying, have great gift of gab. And Tank don't have that. So what makes Tank a crossover star more than anybody else? Can you give me an answer? You're not answering the question, Nicholas Whyte. Can I get an answer? Again, what makes, you said Tank is a crossover star, then what makes Tank a crossover star? His ring performance? So, setting him up with a lot of fighters that he can knock out in the first, second, third round makes him a crossover star. Okay. Okay. Okay, he knocks people out and has exciting fights. But it's been a lot of fighters that have done that in the past. That doesn't mean, but they didn't cross over. They didn't do thousands and, or should I say millions of pay-per-views. What I'm saying, it's been a lot of fighters that have beautiful knockouts and clean people up. You feel me? But that doesn't always make them a crossover star. If you go off of historical precedents, Julius Jones has the highest knockout percentage rating. Julian Jones has the highest knockout percentage rating of any fighter in the history of the sport. Do you know that? Julian Jones has the highest knockout percentage rating of any fighter in the sport. Julian, what? Who? Oh, you don't know boxing. What the fuck? That's my point. That is exactly my point. You don't know Julian Jones? Maybe I'm saying the wrong last name. You don't know who Julian Jackson. You don't know who Julian Jackson is? Do you know who Julian Jackson is? Julian Jackson has the highest knockout percentage rating of any fighter in the sport, outside of Deontay Wilder in this bullshit campaign. That's why I said Julian Jackson. He has the highest knockout percentage of anybody outside the heavyweight division. Was he a crossover star? My bad, my apologies. Was he a crossover star? Was he a crossover star? Stars are created, not born. And Floyd Mayweather Jr., is creating a star, a crossover star. That's why he's selectively putting them against specific fighters so he can shine bright with those knockouts that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? No, ain't no different era. The same thing that went on with that era goes on with this era. What made Tyson a crossover star? You said different era. What made Tyson a crossover star? And Julius Jones came after Mike Tyson. Julian Jackson came after Mike Tyson. What made Tyson a crossover star? What made Mike Tyson a crossover star? Early knockouts. First round knockouts, right? Obliterating his opponents. Like Tank Davis did. Like Julian Jackson did. Come on, man. Let's not be fools. We're not fools. What made AJ a crossover star? Knocking out motherfuckers. I get you. I understand you completely. You feel me? But AJ did it with at least fighting the top 10. Tank Davis ain't fighting the top 10, bro. That's all I'm saying. We are in the conversation. I'm reading everything you're saying. But what I'm telling you, what I'm debating is, what made AJ great, started to become great, and people follow him because he was knocking out top opponents. It wasn't just marketing, promotion, selective fighters, and everything. I'm about the best fight the best, and I'm about unification matches. You know what I'm saying? So I think Mayweather is doing a good job of building him up, but the media itself, especially social media, we are about to turn against, or should I say, we are already turning against what Mayweather is doing. Because you're a world champion, you should be ready to fight everybody. That's only my main point. If you're a world champion and you face to face with Tevin Farmer mouthing off shit, you should be able to fight it right now. I mean, yeah, the aspects is only of historical reference and what has happened in boxing. But I fuck with Tank. And after he beat Tevin Farmer, I want him to get in that motherfucking ring with Mr. Gary Russell Jr. And then let's see if he's a real star. Because Mr. Gary Russell Jr. should be a crossover star. Mr. Gary Russell Jr. has knockouts. Beautiful knockouts. Exciting fights. Why is Mr. Gary Russell Jr. a crossover star? Or why? Or the question is, why isn't Mr. Gary Russell Jr. just as much a crossover star as Tank Davis was? Well, let's let him fight so we can see that you have your opinion, like we all have our opinions, and our opinions don't mean shit until they get in the ring and fight. If Joshua don't win those titles back, boxing is back in the pits. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see. Like I said, I'm looking at the whole situation. Everything y'all saying, I'm looking at it objectively, and I'm answering it objectively. I like Tank. I think he has wonderful potential. But from what I see, he doesn't have any more potential or show any more potential than Mr. Gary Russell Jr. has. And Tank do not want to fuck with Mr. Gary Russell Jr., honestly. He'd rather fight Farmer before he fuck with Gary Russell Jr. I think we all can agree on that. Lomachenko don't even want to give Mr. Gary Russell Jr. a rematch. And Mr. Gary Russell Jr. is asking for his rematch. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko said, fuck that rematch. I'm going to get you while I can. Because it's harder to be a fighter like a Mr. Gary Russell Jr. It's harder to be a fighter like that a second time like you did the first time. If you are going to beat him a second time. No, Gary Russell Jr. will have to move up to fight Tank. Gary Russell Jr. is at 126. He will move up to 130. And Mr. Gary Russell Jr. is already propping to move up to fight Tank and all of them. Because if he can't get he wants the Leo Santa Cruz fight, and I believe Leo Santa Cruz done called out Gary Russell Jr., I think. So hopefully we can get that fight soon. And after he fights Leo Santa Cruz, he said he's moving up immediately to meet Tank and the rest of them. So I want to see that shit. But again, to Mr. Nicholas Watt, all I'm asking is, what makes a crossover star? Again, if it's magnificent knockouts and excitement, a lot of fighters do that. Okay? A lot of fighters do that. And like I said, is Jose Ramirez a crossover fight? Because again, Jose Ramirez fight and Maurice Hooker was the fight of the year. I think those type of fights create crossover stars. Fighters that go fight the best fights and show out and show how good they are. And respect due to Jose Ramirez. I don't give a fuck what color you are, shade you are, where you're from. That was an awesome fucking fight that showed grit from both fighters banging it out. And if Maurice Hooker won that fight, we'd be saying, is he the crossover shit? Jose won it. I want that fight to be a rematch. Oh my God, real talk. That was the best fight of the fucking year. Those motherfuckers bang. Equal level opponents bang. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right, SSB, 28. He might be closer to AB in popularity. But in AB is pay-per-view. So now, since Pacquiao, let's see, man. I don't know. Everything we're speaking is speculation. Everything we're talking about is speculation. So that's why there's no reason to be all in your emotions or whatever and blase. It's all speculation. We have to wait till they fight. The best fight the best for us to make the proper assessment. What's up? Atimus, what's going on? You know what I mean? I talk beyond the bullshit of the propaganda and all that. Okay? A crossover fighter, a star fighter's created is based on the money that's pushed behind them, the opportunity they're given to show their best, and their ability to identify with the public. That is what creates a crossover star or a superstar. Their ability to relate to the public, the excitement they provide, and the money that's pushed to promote and market them. Those three. Everything comes in threes. I think that's too light for AJ at his height. I think 235 is the best for him. 215, 225, I think that's light with the muscle mass that he got. But I think 235 is optimal. 235 is optimal. 6'6", still strong, can move. I think 235 is perfect for him. You gotta think Tyson is 6 foot in 220, 215, 225. Tyson was fighting at 220 at his best. Tyson was fighting at 220 at his best, and Tyson is 6 foot. So AJ at 6'6", 6'5", 15 more pounds is optimal for AJ. You feel me? You gotta, you know what I mean? Look at it like that. Or use comparable references. But I think 215, 225 is actually too light for AJ. 235 for his height, his build, I think is perfect. I picked AJ in a rematch. If he fights tall and takes his time, AJ all day. Ruiz will not be able to touch him. Real talk. And AJ will make him pay for it. AJ don't get too overly aggressive and not trying to just bang and bruise him and get in there and fight toe to toe, which lowers his size. AJ will knock him out in the later rounds if he fights tall, strategic, it just takes his time. AJ could end that fight in the later rounds easily. Now, I'm not going to say easily, but he can, I believe. Ruiz can take a punch, though. Or AJ just beat the fuck out of him like that. But AJ dropped him. I think AJ could get significant amount of knockdowns on him. You know what I'm saying? So, AJ dropped him first. We forget about that. And I got to make the video on the things I thought AJ did in our first fight that made him win, and the things he did that why he didn't win. And AJ was catching him with what he thought was good punches, but he was admiring his work and not following it up. He caught him with a good punch and then admired his work, and then that's how Ruiz got his second knockdown on him. But he didn't turn all the way into the punch. Yeah, he got to take his time. He was already on his way doing it, and you know what? It didn't take him that long to do it. He dropped him, what was that, the third round? He dropped him. Just take his time. It will come. If AJ takes his time and do what he was doing in the first fight, the first 3 rounds, before he got over anxious to get him out of there, AJ would have got Ruiz out of there within 10 rounds, in my opinion, or say 9 rounds. He got him out of there. Or his ring would have or the referee would have stopped it. AJ would have got him out of there. It was under his own anxiousness. His own anxiousness is why he lost that fight. It was his anxiousness. That's what's up, Money Green. We're going to see. Time will tell. Know what I'm saying? Hit the like button if you have it, beautiful. If you have it, Pugilist Fanatics. But yeah, I think AJ will win the rematch because I think he's going to be more strategic and smarter in the rematch, and I think he's going to beat him up actually. Because Andy Ruiz, he does know how to close the distance and everything, but AJ was hitting his ass, was clobbering his ass up into that fight. If you watch that fight again, those first 3 rounds, AJ was hitting the shit out of it. I mean, AJ was hitting some big blows on him. He won the fight all the way until he started getting his ass knocked down, and that one fucking left hook, bing, he was winning the fight. So it's up to him to just go ahead, take his time, and be strategic and smarter about the fight. And I think he'll beat the shit out of Ruiz. And we all see it. It's going to be evident. Styles make fights. What does that mean? What styles make fights? I want to answer that question. So, Atomus, styles make fights. What do that mean? So what style do Ruiz have and what style do AJ have that makes this a bad matchup for AJ? Especially if AJ put him on his ass first. Was that the bad style? Was it a bad style AJ had to put Ruiz on his ass first? Get the fuck out of here! Y'all just, look, we gotta get people. This is Boxing Logics United. And we need to be able to speak with our own logic and not with cliches. If you can speak without cliches, all power to you. But when you start using cliches and you talking to a person like me, I'm going to devour any argument that you have. So again, Ruiz got put on his ass, he wasn't hurt. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck? So so when that motherfucker was like this, standing up like this, he wasn't hurt. Dude, you're not making no fucking sense. Here we go. Once upon a time, not long ago, boxing fans was talking some boo-boo, saying some dumb shit that made no sense. Talk about boxing styles and shit. Boxing styles is what they have, and that shit didn't make no sense and kiss my ass. But at the same time, I said, what the fuck? He jumped back and said, fuck you, Magnus. What the fuck you said about Ruiz? And I said, that motherfucker gonna get his ass beat in the rematch just like that. As AJ just sit backs, pops a jab, pops the right, hit him with uppercut, and we say night-night. What the fuck then you gonna say then? Magnus, goddamn, you right, my friend. Let me stop it. Let me just go freestyle on you, motherfucker. Dropping bars. Yeah, that's how thorough I am. Y'all heard the first freestyle by Myron Magnus. Off the top of their head of motherfuckers talking nonsense. When I'm motivated, I can just spit. Compare the knockdowns. Yeah. Thank you, Jasper. Hey, I never showed y'all, I am an MC. I've been writing since 12, been spitting since 12. I can go off the top of my head and spit that shit. But I'm gonna show that at a later date on Instagram and blow up with the physique, you know, the good look and shades. That was just freestyle. My written is miraculous. Not the greatest MC ever. Not the greatest MC ever. But I got that ability. I've years of practice, over decades of practice freestyling. I am a freestyler. That must be a tool by any MC. You gotta know how to freestyle off the top of the dome. They don't know. Hey, bro, don't get me started. Don't get me started on the freestyle. Keep on talking that bullshit. I freestyle all day. Put the right beat on. Put the right beat on, I freestyle my ass off. He's gonna go out there mad. He's gonna go out there mad. Yeah, I was kind of good, you know what I'm saying? I can freestyle, baby. I practice that. Actually, I freestyle every day, all day with my buddies. You know what I'm saying? On any topic. Just bring up a topic. I'll let it go. I'm sick with it. Real talk. Just put the right beat on. Or even fucking acapella. I don't give a fuck. Where my other jackets? But, yes. Atomists though, hey, atomists, we can agree to disagree. Just because two motherfuckers agree don't mean we don't have to like each other, alright? But I think it's gonna be, that's why we gotta wait, man. I can't wait until whenever, they ain't called the date out yet, but October, November, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. No, I don't think styles make fights. I think, like I did a video on this. If you want to go back to last month or month before, I did a video at Atomists. If you don't mind, go up my video log up like a month, and I debunked the styles make fights joint. And watch that video, because I already broke that down. I think it's the familiarity. AJ has a stigma in his mind with fighting shorter fighters and everything. So I think AJ needs to just get in the ring with fighting shorter fighters more often and everything. And he'll get more comfortable. And it'd be easier for him to adjust. AJ said that in the Povetkin fight. You know what I'm saying? So he's openly said that. But he's going to be, like I said, he beat Ruiz. Ruiz got him because he went in over anxious. And he stayed in the kitchen sink too long. Like I said in the pre-fight, do not stay in a fucking kitchen sink with a hooker. He can't throw his hooks as fast as, and Ruiz can throw his hooks. So the style he chose to fight at that split moment is what defied him. Not the style, his own style, what he was doing the first 2-3 rounds and when he dropped him with. If you're gonna fight Ruiz, you gotta get all the way in his fucking chest where Ruiz can't do his hooks, and he stopped, and then Joshua said, boop, or actually got all in his chest. He said, boop, up it up, boom. Ruiz, hey, tortilla, Joshua. And that was it. You feel me? So he get in, get out. He's in, get the fuck out. Do not stay in the mid-range with Andy Ruiz Jr. That's where Joshua fucked up. He stayed in the mid-range, and that's how he got caught. Don't fuck in the mid-range. No. Either long or all the way in. Because Joshua was pushing Ruiz down. Joshua is stronger than Ruiz. He was pushing Ruiz off like shit. You know what I'm saying? Watch the fight. Joshua was just pushing him off of him easily. You know what I mean? And bullying him around for a minute for those fights. When Ruiz tried to get low, Joshua was like, get the fuck off. And pushing him quite easily. So that let me know Joshua's stronger. So, and Ruiz was taking some blows. Because Ruiz got to try to close the distance on Joshua. And every time he wanted to close that distance, he was catching a left hook that was shaking his fucking neck. That's why I know Joshua can stop him. Just take his time and let that motherfucker keep overexposing to get that 1-2 and that left hook. And when he gets that left hook, Joshua meets him with the left hook. Expose him. And he was doing that. But he got anxious in the third round. He hit him good times after the third round. Joshua was just hitting him. Ruiz don't have no head movement. He's easy to hit. Ruiz is just like this. He has no head movement. He's easy to hit. That's why Joshua can piece him the fuck up. Watch the next fight. Just watch the next fight. Joshua will not make that second, what he did the first fight wrong, he will not do that again. And whatever else that was going on. You know what I'm saying? And whatever else that was on his mind, or where else he said, you know what? I'm gonna leave that at that. But you know, I think Josh was gonna mop him up in the second fight. Honestly, I'm telling you. I swear, I think Josh was gonna mop him the fuck up. AJ got slow feet. No, he don't. Yeah, he does. He still got put on his ass by a motherfucker with 56. Oh shit. It's down with us. Oh my God. Yeah. My man Jasper Ram is down with us. My man Money Green down with us. Law Dog, All Dog from the West Coast. He shows in at every live and show all pause. He's down with us. Just like that. My man M Jazz is showing in fact. Who else is in the place to be at the same time as Atomus supporting Ruiz? It's all good. You say style make fights, and Ruiz is the worst type for AJ. But at the same time, I say Mayday. But cut the bullshit. No play day. Joshua put his ass on his tortilla and leave him like, I don't know what the fuck I was saying. I was trying to say some funny shit. But anyway, Dimitri Whyte. Be easy like dog. Don't hope and pray I'm right. Why? Why would you hope and pray I'm right? I have nothing to benefit from that night. I have nothing to benefit from the fight between those two, Ruiz and AJ. Let them do what they do. And I'm going to do what I do. And that's commentary, break it down, box it, logic, United style. Have a drink, have a smile, have a smoke. We all choke like there's no joke. At the same time, I would kick it with the flow and stay sublime. Peace and good night to all my boxing fanatics. One love to all y'all. Back at it. Tomorrow night. Good night. One love to all the kids. Have a good sleep. Let it be. Whatever it be. And say what's up to all my peeps who's not here. Hit the like button. I'm out of here. Peace, one love. I'm gone. Boxing life.